All of the following models will qualify for the full $7,500 in the US for a rebate. That includes a Model 3 Performance, so that's really good. Tesla's going to sell so many of these now. Of course, all Model Ys and also a Model X long range. So only the rear-wheel drive Model 3 and the long-range Model 3 did not meet these requirements. This is going to create a seriously weird situation where the Model 3 Performance is actually now going to be cheaper after the $7,500 rebate than the Model 3 long range. The Performance is a better car, of course. So I highly recommend that if you do buy a Model 3, that you buy the Performance version and not the long range version. Unless, of course, you want to spend more money and get a car that's not as good. So everyone is going to be buying race cars now. Although, to be fair, the Performance version does have a few less miles in terms of range. And the tires. It is easier to get a flat tire when you go over a pothole. This is a bit bearish for Tesla. Tesla is offering a New Year discount in China. Customers who purchase a new Model 3 rear-wheel drive that's been produced in January 2024 could receive an insurance subsidy of $850 if they take delivery by the end of the month. Tesla is also offering lower interest rates to those that take delivery of a new Model 3 or Y this month. The interest rate is just 1.99%. Gary Black is probably pretty happy that instead of doing a discount, Tesla is lowering the interest rate because it doesn't really look like a massive discount to investors, but it still accomplishes the goal of increasing demand. Demand in China is usually quite a bit slower in January and February, largely because of the Chinese New Year. So I think it does make, to some extent, certainly to do a bigger promotion during this time of the year. This at first appears to be good news because those who live in Colorado can now access an additional $2,500 tax credit, but that EV has to come in at under $35,000. So yeah, Tesla does not have any vehicles like that. The cheapest Tesla in the US comes in at $39,000 basically. So Troy has his delivery estimate at $479,000 and production estimate at $505,700. So the gap between deliveries and production is almost $27,000. James says, I would be very surprised if the gap will be this big. In my opinion, better chance of either lower production, which is what I think will happen, or higher deliveries, which would be nice, but it's not what I think will happen. James' forecast has 490,000 for production and 480,000 for deliveries, pretty much right on consensus. I think a 1% margin of error makes sense, so 475 to 485,000 deliveries. Now, inventory trackers show inventory decreasing during Q4, but still higher than the same point in the last quarter, so expecting inventory to increase, says James. Currently, global vehicle inventory in terms of days of supply sits at 16 days, so expect this number to maybe go up a little bit. The Model 3 Performance model being cheaper than the long-range Model 3 puts Tesla in a peculiar situation, but Gary Black expects that Tesla is about to make some changes. Tesla will not leave Model 3 rear-wheel drive and long-range prices above the Model Y equivalents or Model 3 Performance price below Model 3 long range. I believe Tesla will cut price on Model 3 rear-wheel drive and long range and offset it with select price hikes on Model Y. The risk is they don't increase price of Model Y to offset the Model 3 cuts. Longer term, I believe Tesla will find a creative way to recover for buyers at least $3,750 of the EV tax credit. So I certainly expect some changes from Tesla very soon. Now, if we do not see any changes very quickly, I would actually view that as bullish because that to me indicates Tesla knows something about these tax rebates coming back. So if you know that it is going to come back very soon, why would you bother doing major price adjustments?